Hello and welcome, and thank you all for being here so much for a very, very special event. So excited, been looking forward to this. Before I introduce our performers for tonight, though, let me ask for your help, whether you're watching on YouTube or Facebook. In the comments, give us some suggestions to help fuel the improv. The prompt is, what is a minor red flag in a relationship? Go ahead and drop those in there, and that'll help our performers a little bit later. A little bit about our performers. Mandy Butler is a phenomenal improviser, somebody that I've always loved performing with, and it's almost 3 years ago, that Queen City Comedy kicked off the Global Improv Initiative. And I don't remember what was going on that prompted us to want to do that, but it was almost 3 years ago. And Mandy was right out of the gate. She was the first person I thought of and reached out and was one of our first instructors and led one of our first teams. So Mandy is a member of Now Are the Foxes and a dear member of the Queen City Comedy family. And she is joined today by Joe Bill. Joe has been a fantastic partner with Queen City Comedy, has done duo shows, has done workshops with us, and it's so great to work with a true legend of improv. So without further ado, please give some love in the chat for Butler and Bill. Woo! Yeah!
We did it!
You did it!
Awesome. So, Kale, we need a couple of letters. Remember, we're going to ask you for a couple of letters. We're going to come up with our character names based off of the letters you give us.
Yes.
So may I have two letters, please?
P and Q.
P and Q, okay?
Yes.
And then Joe also needs two letters.
A and W.
A and W.
Yes.
Root beer.
That's great. We got some great suggestions coming in. You want some of those?
Yeah, give Joe just a second to change his name. Okay, we got it.
We got it.
All right. So yeah, give us what did the audience give us as far as red flags are concerned?
Red flags from Brooke Hollowell. We got wedding ring.
That's a big one.
We got, so let's see, nose picking. That's a great one.
Yeah.
Becomes distant when you have your first fight. That's a great one. We've got messy car.
Oh.
And let me check, drop this in a couple groups. And then also bad relationship with their parents.
Mm-hmm. And
I've just learned I'm undateable.
Oh no.
Can we get one or two just bizarre red flags? I don't know if we'll use them or not, but just something that might be a bizarre red flag that maybe somebody in the audience has encountered that, like, you've never heard of that before with anybody else.
Okay. Let's see. Multiple guns.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah, I don't know if this one counts as bizarre, but always carrying a Starbucks cup. Is that bizarre?
Yeah, that's fine. So I think it's very funny. We didn't even talk about this, but we're both writing these down.
Yes.
Because always.
Yeah, always. That's hilarious.
Okay.
All right. Anything else like that someone has actually experienced? Like one time I dated a guy who I wasn't even snooping, but I have no sense of direction, and I turned the wrong way in his apartment. I opened a door that I thought was going to be his bathroom, and it was a literal porn closet. And it was like wallpapered with porn, like porn images, and contained like it was a very, very many porn. So something that someone has actually experienced and felt as a red flag. I would love a real one.
I took a girl to homecoming dance, and she kept disappearing with her best friend, and come to find out she had brought 2 guys to homecoming dance.
Oh no.
And her best friend was running interference between the 2 of us.
Okay, that's what I'm talking about. All right, cool. Very, very good.
Cool. So we've got
okay.
Yeah,
Go
we've
ahead,
got we've got kind of a slate of things that we that may or may not work their way in. Some of them will. And so what do we need to set up?
I think we've agreed ahead of time that this is not our first date. So yeah, so I don't know that we need anything. Do you need anything else to set up?
I think that's it. Yeah. So yeah, this is our 3rd date, and we've just agreed on our 3rd date because the first 2 dates went so great. We've agreed that we should meet on Zoom. Just so we can be completely honest with each other. I think
it's a safe space.
It's a total safe space, and we can just totally share, and it's safe.
Can I give
it's good. So Joe, do you want to turn your turn cameras off and turn them back on to rejoin to start the set?
Let's do that.
Okay, perfect.
Can I give you 2 more? I got 2 more great ones that came in.
Sure.
Oh, yeah, go ahead.
From Jennifer Lavenbar, at restaurants, orders food based mainly on value in quotes. And Krista McCain hit us with the bad breath. Bad breath.
Bad breath. Clark Gable had halitosis.
No.
I still would have made out with him. Okay. All right, there we go.
There you are.
Yeah, there you
Hey.
are. Hey.
We're doing it virtually.
Yeah, it's weird that we would choose to do this. Just recently, you couldn't even make a choice. You're just always on the computer, right?
Yeah, that's the half of my life. It's just like computer, and so. But here we are.
Yeah, you got a whole setup. Like, I'm impressed. You look like a Time Life operator.
Yeah, well, that's how HR goes. It's I don't like to talk about it much because who wants to hear about HR? But a lot of times
I do. I would love to hear in detail about HR. I actually really would. Yeah.
I mean, it's really, everybody loves us and everybody hates us. And so some people in HR have very specific jobs, and I'm one of the people that has a nebulous job. So, I do a little bit of benefits packages. I do a little bit of onboarding. I do a little bit of training and adult education. Do you like baseball?
Oh my God, I can't believe we haven't talked about this yet.
I know.
I love baseball, but I extra love minor league baseball because they're so desperate,
Yeah, that's and it's there's something pure about minor league baseball, I think. Oh, that's cool.
They're trying so hard.
They just want to make it to the majors. In baseball, in the HR department, I'm kind of like a utility infielder, so I can play a lot of different positions. And I'm kind of in a, we share leadership duties, so I'm one of the manager is 3 of us. But the joke is we call the 3 of us the manager.
Oh, that's hilarious. And then somebody's like, I need to talk to the manager. And
that's right. It's that's it. Hello, I'm the manager. Hello, I'm the manager. What a coincidence. And you don't think that there's humor in HR, but for us, we humor
hilarious.
Ourselves.
That's my dad. I totally think that's hilarious because my dad's favorite movie was Spartacus, and he'd always be like, "I am Spartacus," and then we would all be
Spartacus.
like, "Oh,
wow. That was crazy. That was one of my dad's favorite movies too.
Oh, that's crazy.
He loved Kirk Douglas. Yeah.
Well, the cleft in the chin is just so commanding.
It's so great. I wish
Mhm.
I mean, I kind of have one with my beard.
You got a great chin.
Your chin is great.
Oh, I
Your
remember.
chin,
Yeah, you said
and your
that.
teeth are amazing. Like
Oh,
it's all, I didn't, the first 2 times we went out, I've spent both nights just wanting to tell you how amazing your teeth are. But I'm like, what am I, a horse doctor? Because
no,
that's what,
I think they're just called veterinarians.
oh yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, that would be,
yeah. I think.
I mean, sure. And there's probably some that are specialists that are called
I just
horse
don't know
doctors.
if they have a different, like equestrian veterinarian, maybe. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know either. I know nothing
Yeah.
about it. Gosh.
I don't know, but I'm glad you finally told me that you like my teeth. You can tell me
Yeah.
stuff like that if you want to.
Oh, cool. Yeah, no, I love your teeth. I think it's cool that even the stuff that we have so much in common that even the stuff that we don't know, and that's.
And you don't know what you don't know until you know it, and then you're like, oh, I already.
And then it's
knew
like,
it.
oh, now we know that, and so
Yeah.
it's just.
You got a great chin. Like
Oh.
yeah, you do.
Yeah, I mean, thank you.
You know, are you one of those people who doesn't know how to take a compliment? You are, aren't you?
Yeah, it's kind of hard for me to accept any compliments or anything. I tend to be I mean, one of the reasons we agreed to do this was just like to share a little more deeply and just see if but just getting extreme compliments or dealing with like extreme conflict, like those are the two C's where sometimes I just I just don't know how to deal with it. So I know how to deal with it better on Zoom, but
Yeah, it's safe on Zoom. If things go south, you can just be like, I need to go to the bathroom, and nobody's gonna know whether or not it's true. So
that's right.
Yeah. I mean, it's nice, but I could kind of tell that you didn't know how to take a compliment because when I said I liked your car in the parking lot, you kicked the tire like this old thing.
I'm just glad you didn't look inside because it's
Is it super messy?
It's kind of messy. I mean, it's I don't know how messy is messy, but it's a little. It can be. Sometimes it's messy. That's what I'll say. Is sometimes it's messy.
That's fine with me. Like I don't. If you're worried about like whether or not I would be freaked, like I think a messy car is a sign of like I'm busy and I have important things in life.
I mean, that's it. That sometimes I'm just doing so much that just stuff ends up in my car. But I think I didn't think about it when we first met at the bowling alley. It's like she's not going to see my car, and
but then I did.
And then you did, and it's just like, oh, don't look at my car. This evening's been going so well, and and you're an amazing bowler. I mean. I don't mean anything other than just like I'm amazed by you were like in the upper hundreds or something, and I can barely break 100.
Yeah, I was definitely like in the upper hundreds for sure. I think I was like, I don't know, like what, two. So I was close to 300, but you distracted me. I'm just gonna say that I almost bowled a perfect game, but you distracted me.
I'm sure you would have. It's yeah, and it's crazy that I mean, who would think that two people would both be stood up by their bowling parties and end up in lanes next to each other?
Well, I mean, first of all, I'm really glad that I was stood up. I'm just gonna say it.
I am too. I mean, I tried to play it off. I was a little bit put off, but that's HR. People from work, hey, let's go bowling. You can come too. And then they stand me up, and it's like, oh, you stand up the HR guy. So, but it turned out, I try to keep my work life and my private life separate. But because I got stood up, I got to meet you. Yeah. And then it's just like, well, this will be fun. And it was super fun.
It was super fun. I was expecting to be stood up because I had asked my dad to go bowling, and you can't count on him for anything. Anything ever. Yeah. And I was giving him one more chance because he was like, oh, you want to go bowling? I'll go bowling. But I knew that's how I got to be so good. I just bowled in alleys waiting for my dad, like my whole childhood.
Oh, wow. Was that like a way to take out frustration or something on the pins? Or
it was just within walking distance, from the bus stop. And so it was just kind of like a happy accident. And now I just became a really, really good bowler.
And what was it about bowling that you liked? I mean, what kept you coming back to the bowling alley?
Well, like I said, it was within walking distance, so I could go there by myself. So I felt empowered, to just pick up and go to
Mm,
the bowling alley, and I didn't have to depend on anybody. And that way, if I got left, I wasn't stuck. I could leave when I wanted to. So that was part of it. It's just, location, location, location. But then once I started bowling, if I'm being honest, I kind of liked what it did to the guys around me because some of them would be intrigued, like you, that I was so
yeah,
good. But
totally.
some of them are totally emasculated when they see a good woman bowler.
Oh,
Hmm.
yeah. Well, I mean, they're lost. That's stupid.
Yeah,
But it's,
I agree.
I mean, how great. So it sounds like convenience is really important to you. Like that, just that you can just walk right there and like, oh, here it is. I'll just go there. And then did you like it right away, or was it just the convenience that kept you coming there? And then all of a sudden you find yourself getting good.
Well, it was yes and yes. I really don't like to be held hostage by anybody. So the fact that I could be
Ugh.
there and leave when I wanted to, that just made me feel like I had agency. But then
Oh,
once
that's
I
cool.
started bowling and I was like, I can bowl with either hand. Like that's
I
what my
know.
turn.
I
I
couldn't believe
know.
it. That was
A lot of
weird.
people can't. It's super weird.
No, I only one. I'm only bad with one hand.
Well, I definitely do have a dominant hand, but if one gets tired, so I could just bowl for hours, and I don't know, once I got really good at it, I kind of liked the attention. I liked being noticed for something other than, just being little and cute or whatever. Like
Huh.
it was a skill. So
That's
kind
crazy.
of like you, and what was it that you said that you play the shuffleboard? You're a big
Yeah.
shuffleboard player.
Yeah, I'm a shuffleboard player. I mean, that's just something I do. It's when I was younger, I was really good at tetherball. I don't know if you remember tetherball, and I was really good at that. And then that got a little too just kind of like violent and stuff. I'm like, you got to grow up at some point, Andy. And so, then I found shuffleboard, and it's my parents would go. There's these resorts in Florida that they would go to, and then they would go off, and then they would leave me, and a lot of older people were there, and so a lot of older people taught me to play shuffleboard, and it's just something that stuck.
I
And it's
love that. That's why you're so kind to. I noticed you helping that elderly lady across the parking lot last night.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, it's just something that, in a way, I find that like helping older people was something I did because my parents weren't so available for me to help. And
Mm.
so, and that's cool because it taught me to be sort of nicer to others. And maybe that has something to do with, not being good at taking a compliment or receiving love or like knowing anything about that. But I am ambidextrous. I can shuffleboard with both hands, but when I bowl, I only bowl with my right hand. There's some things I do with one hand, some things I do with the other.
Yeah.
So that's just something I'm aware of.
Hmm.
And if I could only just learn to clean my car with both hands, then and I will. The next time I see you, like I
I hope
will.
there's the next time. I mean, I hope
I
there's
mean, I do
next
too.
time.
No,
Yeah.
no, that's it. I mean, that's why we're doing this. There's just
Right.
yeah, there's just yeah, there's stuff. I think it's almost like we hit it off so good.
It scared me.
Yeah, I was also scared, and I didn't want to. I was scared to say I was scared, so that's like
Yeah.
double scared.
When I'm really scared, I just go towards it. Like if I'm scared, I blurt because I'm like, if I don't say it right now, I'll never say it, and then what's going to happen to me? It's not healthy.
Oh, when I'm scared, I pretend like I'm not scared,
Oh yeah.
and so it's like like they say, there's like fight or flight or freeze.
Hmm.
The one that I experience is keep going, but that doesn't begin with an F, so I don't think that they acknowledge that one.
No, I don't think that's definitely not. I think in the DSM, as far as like the responses go, but I can identify with that. I do something. I did make it start with an F just because I do like to assimilate when I can. So
Mm.
I do something called, I call it following from the front. It's got two F's.
Oh my
Learn it.
gosh.
Yeah, you can borrow that if you want to.
Following,
If I
you know
don't,
what? I'm going to write
go ahead
that
and write
down.
that down.
Follow from
If
front.
I don't know what I'm doing, I just
That
put,
actually has three F's in it. Did you know that?
I didn't know that.
You
You're
are
so smart.
underestimating yourself.
I've
Follow
never
from
written
the
it
front.
down. Yeah, follow from the front. Yeah.
Yeah.
If I don't know what I'm doing, I just do it twice as confidently. and twice as fast.
Yeah, I mean, I'm going to add this. We have, in our training rooms, we have motivational posters and stuff. And, we deal with trauma kind of, but it's, kind of because, there's paperwork and there's, some of us are trained for that. Some of us are not. I mean, really nobody is, but there's some people that say that they are because, but I mean, my mantra really is like, just keep going. If people have a complaint and they come to HR, it's almost like a joke. I want to speak to the boss. Hey, I'm the boss.
I'm the boss. I'm Spartacus.
I'm the boss. Oh, just keep going. Just keep going. Congratulations, you stopped by HR.
Yeah. Do you give people stickers? Because where I work, if we go to HR, we get a sticker that says, you reported.
Oh no, we have little squeezy toys. There's a bin of squeezy toys by the door, and so when they stop by, if we can't resolve their issue or if this is going on, then we give them a squeezy toy, and then they squeeze away whatever is bothering them, and they get back to work.
That's really thoughtful, and it makes me think of, you may have this in your town. I know you haven't lived here for super long, but here we have a system where we will donate teddy bears because frontline workers like EMS and cops and firefighters and things, if there's a child who's experiencing trauma, they'll give them a teddy bear. So it's kind of like that, but like, for adults.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's so... I had a lot of teddy bears when I was little, and then when I would do something that was wrong, I would come home from school, and then my teddy bear would be gone. And and I know it was my mom that did it, but she would never admit it. And so teddy bears, they're it's not triggering for me. It's like, I like teddy bears, but there's, it's like when you're used to having something and you just love it, it's just something that's like, you just get there, and it's like you promise them to be good and you're going to be good. And, even though you might not know what good is. And then, somehow through some call from school or to home or whatever, all of a sudden my teddy bear's gone. And so then, like, I guess, what's permanent and what's not permanent is kind of what comes up for me.
Can I tell you something crazy right now? I'm scared to say it, so I'm just going to say it.
Go ahead.
I want to buy you a teddy bear so bad right now.
I want you... I have a couple of thoughts.
Okay.
I would love if you would buy me a teddy bear. And
like a nice one, not like a one from CVS, like a nice one.
Yeah. Yes. I hope that... let's work up to that, because like I hope that I can cope with you buying me a teddy bear, because it's just been like the pattern of like, to get something means you're going to lose it. And so
but I wouldn't. I mean, I know. Well, wait. I don't want to overpass.
Yeah. No, I mean, I feel really good. I feel really good about the possibility. Yeah.
Because I want to open up a new tab right now and purchase it while we're talking and not tell you about it, but get it sent to your house. I just don't know where you live yet.
So let's pretend like you didn't tell me that.
Okay.
And it's and then at some point I'm going to put my address into the chat.
Okay, great.
And it's like, and I want to put it in right now, but I also don't want to be presumptive. I don't want to impose on you. I don't want to.
No, I welcome your address, and I won't go there like when I'm not invited.
Like, I really want to give you my address, and I'm it's not terrified. It's not terrified. It's just maybe I don't want to be how I shouldn't be.
I'm terrified to give you my address. So it's 848 Live Oak Lane.
848. Oh, you're on Live Oak Lane.
Yeah, I'm on Live Oak Lane. I'm terrified to give you my address. So there it is.
Okay.
It's the third house on the right. It looks like a log cabin, but like with, shitty materials.
Yeah, that's great. Yeah, that's just on the other side of Forest Park, I think.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
And it intersects with spruce if you're, it's trees.
Yeah. Cool. I'm okay. I'm 3208 3208 3208.
3208.
Walton Drive.
Okay. Oh, like good night, John Boy.
That's it.
Okay. Awesome.
That's it.
Okay, good. Well,
And
if a
it's
package comes to your door, like I
and
don't
it's
feel
I didn't even I'll totally be surprised, even though I'm not crazy about surprises. I'll like this. I will be. I promise that it might be the first best surprise I've ever had. And I just, surprises make me kind of like anxious and nervous. There's a lot of things I think that landed me in HR, and in a way I think I'm in HR because there's things that maybe I couldn't get on my journey through, school and whatnot. And then I just want to make people know that they can get the stuff they need on their journey. And then if they can't, they just keep going.
right, and you're just a stop on the journey. Like
I'm a
you
stop
never
on the
know.
journey. I'm like a Stuckies. I'm a Stuckies.
God, I love Stuckies.
I do too.
Oh, you do too. Oh my
The
God.
nut rolls, the Stucky nut rolls.
Yeah, the Stucky nut rolls, and then also when I was little, my favorite thing to do would be they had these sticker books that you could buy at Stuckies, and then you could get the stickers. You go to
Yeah.
another Stuckies and put it was a whole
It's
thing.
like a whole collection of a thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
Oh,
That's
wow.
so cool. Wow.
That's really, really cool.
It's so cool.
Your chin looks so nice when you smile.
Oh, thanks. Yeah, it was there was a lot of times my parents would take me places and then they would leave me, but whenever we went to Stuckies, we went to Stuckies 3 times and they never left me there. Like we sat down, we ate, and I always got a nut roll at the end, and so there was some joy in my childhood, and
Well, I'm really glad that there was, because honestly, Stuckies was a really important place for me too. Because my dad would be like, "I'll meet you at Stuckies," but then he actually would.
oh,
Yeah.
and he would meet you there.
He'd meet me, yeah, instead of being like, "I'll meet you there," and then not coming, like.
Oh, okay. And then and then you could So
Yeah.
that's good parent. That's good parent.
I mean, it was nice, but I'm gonna tell you something though. Like now, I want to buy you a nut roll.
Oh yeah, you can always buy me a nut roll.
Okay, great, because I probably will.
I mean, I think Stuckies are disappearing. Like there's like more and more. It's kind of hard to find them.
Mm-hmm.
I think like the A&W people maybe took them over, or the Old Country Buffet or whatever. But it's just like it's so cool, Stuckies. It's just so great.
Yeah. It's really great. This is great. I was so nervous getting on this Zoom meeting.
I was so nervous.
I almost was like, I can't, my computer crashed, even though that would have been a lie.
Yeah. I think we're both brave for showing up.
Me too.
And yeah, it's I feel comfortable with you. I just feel like you don't seem bothered that maybe I'm giving off signs that I hate my parents and
No, I found that super attractive because I felt like you were going to expect me to like mine.
Oh, you don't like your parents either?
No, I mean, I don't even really know my mom, we haven't even gotten into my mom, but my dad was just, like I said, you couldn't count on him. So like, I got daddy issues. I wasn't looking forward to telling him that.
Oh, that's cool. That's cool.
Thanks. Yeah. It's cool.
Oh,
You
man.
did too.
Yeah, it's like, no, it was just like all parents have issues. My mom got sober a bunch of times, and eventually, as long as you're off the needle and you just stick with a little bit of booze, that's a win.
That's the American dream,
I think get off the needle, just keep going.
Keep going, just keep going.
Just have a little drink. That's America.
Right. That's what I'm saying. We see this the same way. That's why, like, every 4th of July, I'm just like, things could be worse,
Yeah. Yeah. They sure could. We could live else, but we don't.
We live here.
And here we are.
Yeah.
That's so cool.
Yeah, it's really cool. You're super cool.
Did your parents get along with each other okay?
I don't know. They won't let me really like see them together. They're very siloed. Like they're still married, but they live in a duplex. And like I understand. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I understand siloed mentality is just the downfall of every corporation, and I understand that.
Yeah, you would know that working in HR. We could have used you and your.
Oh man, no,
yeah.
but no help for me. No help for me. That's my dad was just, your mother's happiest when she's in rehab, And then when she gets out of rehab, she's even happier, was his joke. And I don't see where the joke was, because she
It's
just,
kind of funny. It's a little funny.
it kind of, there were times where it was just inappropriate for him to laugh at her and
Yeah.
like not let her, like you said, agency. You learned agency at the bowling alley, which I find attractive, because like my father never let my mother have agency. And so, I really didn't have a model for what a good relationship was. And so, long story short, it's hard for me to trust in relationships. And that's, that's why we're on Zoom, because it's like, it's just stuff I'm afraid to talk about. And frankly, I think that's why I have a messy car. I think my messy car is a metaphor for my mother and father's relationship, and I just can't let it go yet.
I think I can totally appreciate that. And I'm glad, what's attractive to me is how self-aware you are. Like, I really have a big threshold for hang-ups and issues, as long as people are just honest about what their hang-ups and issues are. Like,
That's
I
it.
follow from the front. I have daddy issues. I'm putting that out there.
Yes.
Also, what triggers me? It's guns, multiple guns. That triggers me. It makes sense. But
Sure.
my dad was big on firearms. He had, his side of the duplex was full of firearms. Just wherever you went, there's a firearm. And sometimes he would put dresses on them and call them his daughters.
Wow. Wow, wow. It's wow, that's crazy.
Yeah. And I'd be like, I'm right here. And he'd be like, I'm taking your sister's trick-or-treating. And then he'd just walk around the neighborhood on Halloween with, with 2 shotguns with my old dresses on him. One of them always had my brownie uniform on, because he would never take me to the meeting, so I didn't need it.
That's crazy. My dad also had a lot of guns. And it's I thought he tried to teach me. I mean, it's so weird. I didn't expect to even share this with you. But he just said, I think his way of communicating like agency for yourself, he would say, like, on each of our birthdays, I'm one of 6 kids. He would just say, if somebody came in here and killed all of you and I escaped, I would be okay. And I was like, at first it was kind of a joke, when you're like 5 or 6 or 7 and you're hearing like, somebody killed all of us, Dad would be okay. It's going, that's a joke.
Yeah,
right?
that's. I mean, it's a little funny.
Yeah, but then it's like, as a, on everybody's birthday, that's a running theme. It's like, is he going to kill us? Like, what's going on? And it's, I guess that's why it didn't bother me to be left somewhere. Like, they would just like leave me alone. At least I know, I wasn't going to get shot or something. Yeah. And so, but it's weird. It's like he passed on to me that need to, make sure I always have, some guns in the house. And I don't even know why I have them, but it's just like, it's important for me. I think it's important for me to have a gun. Okay.
Go ahead, say it.
Cool. There's a gun in every room in my house.
How many rooms are in your house?
Including bathrooms?
Yeah.
9.
Are there guns in the bathrooms?
There's guns in the bathroom.
Okay, thanks for sharing that. Keep going.
Yeah, and I keep them there. I keep them there so that I'm not afraid of guns. Because ultimately, I think I'm like you. I think really we're alike. Like, I'm afraid of guns, but I keep guns in my house in every room so that I'm bigger than the guns. And it's like, and for a while I just kept them unloaded, and then I'm just like, you're not going all the way there. And I found myself like, I didn't want to be a hypocrite, like an HR person, like, you got to go all the way there. Are you into this company or not? Are you with the mindset? Are you with the corporate values? And I'm like, if I really want to have, the values and autonomy, then I need to make sure all my guns are loaded. And then I need to just practice being okay with that. So just like, I want you to come to the house at some point, know that that's why there's loaded guns in every room.
Well, do they have? I'm just asking. Whatever answer is fine. Do you dress them up?
Oh no! In the bathrooms, there's 2. The fancy Kleenex, the
like
plastic
the
cleanup hole. Yeah, the cozy you put over them. So I have 2 boxes.
Yeah, you know what? I'm okay with it. Like, I'm glad you told me.
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
It's really attractive when men are like, this is not okay. but they are so confident and they own it, it makes it okay.
It's so, to me, it's so attractive to me that you're just so willing to share so deeply, and that despite everything, I can't imagine what it's like to have guns as sisters. And I mean, that had to be,
I was competitive. I mean, I had a competitive relationship with them, if
how
I'm
would
being
you,
honest.
yeah, tell me more about how,
Well, my dad was just so, he always showed up for the guns, like if he told the guns, I'm gonna be home at 4 o'clock to play
mm-hmm,
with you, he would be home
mm-hmm,
at 4 o'clock to play with them. But when he told me, Penelope, he called me Penny. Penny, I'll be home at 4 o'clock to play with you. He either wouldn't be home at 4 o'clock or he'd be playing with my sisters and not playing with me. So
oh
I
my
got really
gosh,
jealous of them, and also,
yeah,
I mean, let's not even get into the whole body image thing because they're all so sleek, and I'm just not built that way. I mean, so
oh,
yeah,
you're built perfectly. You're built
oh,
perfectly. You're like, yeah,
thank
you're
you.
like a snub nose 38. I mean, not to
Oh,
go
thank you
like
for saying that.
small but powerful. It's
Wow,
so, um,
that's the best compliment anybody's ever given me.
thanks. I'm
Yeah,
so glad it landed that way. That's how I meant it.
thank you, and I'm taking it like this.
I
I mean,
know you could
yeah.
be like, you would be such a good teacher for me to like learn, like maybe this sounds crazy, but like,
Tell
part of
me.
me, I just hope, part of me, and like in pursuing this is like, I hope you can fix me, and I hope I can fix you.
Oh my
and
God.
and I feel like that's like, if that's something that we can like agree on, I feel like that's a really solid platform to build. I mean, not to be presumptive, but to build a relationship on, maybe like
I
to,
feel like I just won the lottery. Like, if you could win the lottery without even knowing you bought a ticket, that's how I feel right now. Because my whole life, I've just been waiting for somebody to be honest, be like, I want you to fix me, and also ask me, because what I want to be needed. That's my big thing. I want to be needed. I want somebody to
yes.
be a little bit broken so I can put them back together. And 9 times out of 10, I date a guy, they're either like, I don't need to be fixed, or they do, and they're just not being honest about it. So I
Oh
just feel great
gosh.
right now.
Yeah, no, I'm so, I'm so relieved, because I mean, I need to be fixed. I mean, it's like I've kind of covered, a lot of the big stuff. And I feel like you can fix me.
I
And
know. By the way, your teddy bear is going to be there tomorrow.
oh my God, did you just do that while in the
I
middle of all
did. I
this?
did. I just
Uh,
couldn't help it. I couldn't help it.
if there's one thing we love in HR, it's people with the ability to multitask effectively.
Multitask. It's also because I got it from Build-A-Bear, but it's like a I don't know, sort of an offshoot, sort of a
Yeah.
knockoff. But it's going to be holding a little gun for you.
Oh,
Yeah,
oh,
I wanted
that
to look
is
like you.
that is so thoughtful.
Thank you.
That's just like, that's so, it's, I think that's the most thoughtful thing that anybody's done for me. Since there was one other time where like, it was hard for me to be alone, and then the 5 people that I took to the homecoming dance all knew that I needed them to be with me.
Yeah.
And so it was like, it's so weird because high school kids are so judgmental.
So judgmental.
And so
But
when
you took
it's,
5 people to the homecoming dance. I just want to
I,
back
I,
that
di-
truck up.
I did.
Okay,
And,
that's
and
impressive because I didn't even have 5 friends in high school.
oh my God. Well, no, 2 of them hated me, but that's why they wanted to go with the other 3 and plus me. So it was like 2 other guys and 3 other women, girls, whatever. And we all played like we were kind of, there apart, but really we were together. We shared a limousine, and then we all shared a cabin and a hot tub, and like, it's high school crazy stuff. But I mean, it
Wow.
was, it was right after the time where I wasn't sure yet that my father wasn't gonna kill all of us. And so
Is he still alive?
I think he is, but I'm not
I mean,
sure.
he could kill you, and I mean, he could still kill you.
I mean, he's been gone long enough. I haven't heard from him in a couple of years. And the last we heard, he was going up to the woods. And so, that the woods is really code
Yeah.
for like, when he says, I'm going to go to the woods, that's what he says when he can't handle like anymore. I think it's
like
like
a
I'm
cat, when a cat like goes off to, you know, hide.
yeah. It's whatever leads up to it. It ends. It's like a volcano blowing, but instead of lava coming out, it's just like I'm going to the woods, and then he leaves, and then you don't know when you'll see him again, but that's why I live in a new house, and so he doesn't know where I am, and that's kind of fine with me. But I feel, I mean, I feel like maybe I'm a project, but there might be some things that you can help me with where maybe I can face him at some point and have some closure.
I think that'd be great. I mean, I think it's all about perspective because, like sometimes you might look at somebody like how sad that their dad wanted to kill them or joked about killing them. And then you meet somebody like me and it's like, I wish my dad cared enough to threaten my life.
Yeah. I mean, it's ironic, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
I wish I lived closer to a bowling alley.
Oh, yeah, we could have met so much earlier.
It would have been amazing. And it's just like, I want you to teach me convenience. Like, I want you to teach me the lessons of convenience because it seems, I mean, as much as I hate drama, it's almost like there's always drama in my life.
Mm-hmm.
And so if I could just learn, like, to do things that are convenient, I think there's just, you just impress me so much. Like, there's just so much I feel like I can learn from you and like I've learned already. And
oh my God, Andy, thank you for saying that. Wow. That's big for a man to be able to say that they learned something from a woman.
You know what? I don't disagree with you. And I'm honest when I say, like, I think I've learned so much from you. I think you've made me a better person and you've made me a better HR professional.
Oh, wow.
And I really think I've just been working in HR as like to compensate for my own shortcomings, like as I perceive them. And so it's, it's that thing where it's like, if you can fix everybody else, then in a way you're fixing yourself. But
I'm going to fix you.
Oh my God.
I'm going to stick a flag in it and declare it right now. I'm going to fix you, Andy Williams. Yes, I am.
And you know what? While you're fixing me, I'm going to fix you.
I feel like, I'm just going to say it. I'm going to say it because I'm scared. I'm going to say it. I feel like codependent relationships get a bad rap.
They totally get a bad rap.
They
because
totally do.
Yeah, where is a more heightened agreement than codependent relationships?
There is none.
And it's like, I've wanted to ask you this. Can I call you Penny?
Wow. I almost said no, but then I checked in with myself and I was like, Penelope, why are you saying no? And it's just because I'm so used to saying no.
Penelope is so.
Ask me that.
Penelope is like a song, but then Penny, it feels. It matches the type of intimacy I feel.
The only person who's ever called me Penny is my dad, and so yes, Andy, you can call me Penny. It's a big step for me, but you can call me Penny. And you know what? As we're talking, I'm going to take my wedding ring off. It's been 2 years. I'm finally going to take it off.
I wasn't going to say anything because I didn't. You have the right to wear whatever you want to write, and I feel so honored, and I mean, I'm flattered. I feel like I'm blushing.
You are.
And it's
I can confirm.
It's if you can, I mean, oh my gosh, like, so that means like I'm the object of your daddy issues. Like, what greater love is that? I mean, that's
what I'm. There is no bigger love.
No.
I don't think so. And I mean, I'm the object of your. I just sent you a teddy bear. Like, I feel like we're really gonna help each other.
Yeah, we are. Yes, it's.
I want to put things in your car and not take them out. I want to like make your car messier.
Oh my God! Then I'm going to pick you up. Penny,
848 Live Oak Lane.
Lane.
What were you gonna say, Andy? What were you gonna say?
Can we go out on another date?
If you want to,
I think I've gotten it. I think I've gotten everything out that I need to get out, and none of it seems to faze you. It just seems like we got closer.
That's how I feel. I have one more thing that I wanted to tell you before we go on a third date, if it's okay. It's something that I don't tell anybody, but I feel like if you find out about it, it might cause friction later. So I'm just going to tell you now, okay?
Okay, let me, okay. There's also one thing that I want to tell you, but I want you to go first.
Okay, I'll go first. Okay,
Okay.
so we were talking about veterinarians earlier, right?
Mhm.
So I told you last night that I am really big on animal. I love animals, and so that's important to remember. When I was younger, I didn't realize that Baywatch was not a real legitimate television program. I thought it was like ER is for doctors, so too Baywatch is for lifeguards. I thought that, it was a legitimate primetime television show. I don't know. But I really, really wanted to play Baywatch. I really wanted to be a lifeguard, and I didn't grow up near a body of water. So, in terms of convenience, the only body of water near me was the neighbor's out of ground pool, their above ground pool.
Mhm.
And they had a kitten. And I threw the kitten into the above ground pool, and then I sang the entire Baywatch theme song, the David Hasselhoff theme song. You can't find it anymore because of the rights. And then I jumped into the swimming pool and rescued the cat, and the cat survived, scratched me to hell. But then I took it to the neighbor, and I said, I just saved your cat. And she said, I watched you from the window, and I know that you threw that cat in the swimming pool. I know that you're the one who did it. Don't ever come over here again. And so I just want to tell you that, because if you ever go back to my neighborhood, everybody calls me Mitch Buchanan, because that was David Hasselhoff's name on Baywatch. And I just want to explain that right now.
Oh, I never watched Baywatch. I just had the posters.
It's really good. It's actually really high stakes television.
Maybe we can watch it together sometime.
Oh my God, are you really not going to make fun of me about this? Because it is my deepest
No,
shame.
no. I mean, I think it's just, we do things on our journey that help us grow. And it sounds like that helped you grow. And then you got a very unkind nickname based on that.
Mitch Buchanan. The cat did not die.
Yeah. And it's like,
but I got the scar here. That's how I got the scar right here. This is where, Pockets was the cat's name.
Oh, wow. Yeah. It's,
I deserved it.
This is crazy.
Yeah. No.
This goes with the last thing I was gonna tell you.
Oh my God.
This is so bad, but
is it worse than mine? I hope it's worse than mine.
I think it is. It's just, it's really sad. None of the rest of my siblings are alive. And I was the one that when my dad tried to shoot me, the bullet only grazed me, and I played dead. And then, then the cops showed up, and then I turned in my dad. I told on him. And so now he's away.
He's not in the woods?
No, I think he's in prison.
Okay, I want to be very clear about something. I'm really, really glad that you shared that with me. I really, really am. And I'm not judging you for it. I'm glad you survived. My feelings are a little hurt because you told me he was in the woods, and I invested in that reality, and it doesn't exist.
I know. It felt too painful to share, but I'm glad it came out, no matter how it makes you feel. And it's the last thing that I had to be completely honest about, but I feel so ashamed, and I also feel like it disqualifies me as a potential partner for someone, especially in light of all the guns I have in my house.
For me, it's not about the violence. It's about the lie. If you have violence in your life, own it, because I would never have told you the story about Pockets and the swimming pool if I'd known that you had fibbed to me.
Yeah. Yeah, I understand.
Well, now you're getting distant. If this is our first little tiff and you're getting distant, I'm a little nervous.
I guess I need to know if this is a tiff.
I don't know if it's a tiff. I thought it was, and I said that because I wanted to judge your response to it. Is it a tiff? I don't want it to be.
I don't want it to be a tiff either.
Okay, well then it's not. We decide.
Yeah, I don't want to be distant. Like I want to. Yeah, I don't want to be distant. I just apologize. I apologize for misleading you.
Okay.
In the first place.
I accept.
Thank you. It's above and beyond. And I think that I think this has been a really good step for us. I couldn't imagine having this conversation at a restaurant or somewhere else.
Stuckies, maybe. They don't really care.
Maybe Stuckies,
everything goes at Stuckies.
If you're chewing on a nut roll, you can share anything.
Anything.
And the clientele there, I think, that it feels like a place where like a lot of truth is shared.
Yeah, I lost my virginity at a Stuckies. Well, behind a Stuckies.
Maybe I can take you out to a nice dinner and you can tell me about that.
Yeah, on a fourth date, you want to?
Yeah.
Okay, good. I do too. Just don't tell me things that aren't true, okay?
No, I'll never lie to you again. I lost my virginity on a set of railroad tracks. We'll
Did
share
you
both.
Really?
Yeah, well, like I want to save those stories for a classy dinner though.
Oh, really? Like maybe Olive Garden or something like.
Oh my God, all you can eat salad bar?
Yeah, well, the bread is what does it for me.
Oh my God.
Andy, I'm really glad we did this. I wish you were here because I want to touch your chin so bad.
I want to touch the scar on your neck.
Oh, I'm not ready to touch yours yet, but I will.
Yeah, it's all everything with consent and everything with we'll talk through. I just think we need to be super, super cautious and respectful as we go through the process of fixing each other. And I think
I can't wait. You're so broken. This is going to be fun.
You're amazing. Like the layers of reality and delusion. It's like a big cake. It's almost like a wedding cake. I mean, I didn't mean to say wedding cake, but it's just.
I'm glad you said wedding cake because I was thinking wedding cake when you said cake, and
oh my God.
I feel really seen because nobody's ever put it quite like that.
We need to have this conversation at Olive Garden.
I would love that. Are you gonna? Do you want to log? Do you want to log off first, or do you want to count? Do you want to count down? I don't know. I know you have to go. This is lunch break.
What if we go 3, 2, 1, and then we both log off?
Okay. I really enjoyed this, and
This is so great. This is amazing. I have such a great feeling
fit.
about this. It is, yeah.
Yeah, I do too, and I can't wait for you to let me know.
I can't wait to, and I'll only touch your scar when you say it's okay, and I can't wait to ride it.
You can touch my scar. I'm just not ready to touch your scar because I'll be like, oh, this is the scar he lies to me about. But like as soon as I'm over that, I'll touch your scar like twice.
Okay.
Okay. All right. 1,
2, 3.
3. Oh my God.
Okay.
Give it up. Show some love in the chat for.
It's gonna work out for those two.
Yeah, they're gonna be so healthy. I got so like twitchy when I turned the camera. It just came right back on. I was like.
Hilarious.
All right. Come back.
Thanks for watching, everybody.
Thanks, everybody.
Come back next week, and we'll see that couple.
More relationship
on
advice.
their honeymoon. All right. Thank you so much. Big love to Butler and Bill. Thank you so much for being here, and thank you for watching.
Thank you, Kale.
Thanks, Queen City.
Yay, Queen City.